Section 59 of a Guidebook of Art, Architecture, and Historic Interests in Pennsylvania, edited by Margaretta Archambault. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Read by Tatiana Chichilla, Monroe County. Formed April 1, 1836, named in honor of President James Monroe. The Pocono Mountains and long fertile valleys cover the surface. Chief industries, farming, lumber, and manufacturing. In the southeast, where the Delaware River turns suddenly at Mount Kittatinny, towering 1,600 feet above it, is the Delaware Water Gap, with views of great distance from the highest point. Near are the Wind Gap and Smith Gap. William Penn's famous walking land purchase ended near here. The Milford Road, laid out about 1800 from Easton, leaves Delaware River at Water Gap Village, thence 4 miles to Stroudsburg, then to Bushkill and beyond. Stroudsburg, county seat, population 5,278, first settled by Jacob Strouds, laid out at right angles with a liberal plan of broad avenues, and houses set back 30 feet from the sidewalk, resembles a New England village. Courthouse, built 1890 of rough stone with high chimneys and belfry, contains portraits of judges. With jail and county house forms group facing the public square. Churches are of all principal denominations. The National Bank and other buildings are chiefly by Lacey and Son architects. A fine stone and iron bridge built by the state over Broadhead Creek connects the two boroughs of Stroudsburg and East Stroudsburg. It replaced a wooden one over 100 years old, carried away by the freshet in 1862. In 1755, Indians crossed over the old bridge, burned Dansbury Mission and other buildings, leaving Stroudsburg without a house or resident. Ephraim Culver, who had a grist mill there, escaped with his family to the Moravians at Bethlehem. About 1756, a line of forts were erected to protect the frontier settlements. Sites are unmarked. Fort Norris at Greenswego, Eldred Township, on road toward the Minnesinks, 80 feet square, was completely stockaded. Fort Hinshaw, at the mouth of Bushkill Creek, was built for the Revolutionary War. Fort Hamilton was built in 1757, some 100 feet beyond the Lutheran Church in western part of the town. Fort Penn, center of town, was residence of Jacob Stroud, who died in 1806. Here in 1778 he cared for 30 or more persons, fugitives from the Wyoming massacre, who crossed the Pocono Plateau with great toil and distress, later proceeding to their former homes in Connecticut. At Locust Ridge in Wyoming Valley, a battle was fought, called the Pennamite War, between Connecticut claimants and Pennsylvanians. General Sullivan and his troops, in 1779, laid out a road through this county, from Wind Gap to Stoddartsville, Wilkes-Barre, and so on, continuing an expedition from Easton to Genesee Valley against the Indians. It may still be traced almost the entire way. General Daniel Brodhead and most of his male relatives from Monroe County were in the Revolutionary War. Monroe County was a portion of the lands of the Minnesinks. There were several Indian villages. The Delaware chief, Teduscung, born on the Pocono Mountains, resided here. It is said that the first white settlement in Pennsylvania was at Shawnee by the Low Dutch or Hollanders in Minnesink, many years before William Penn's charter. When Nicholas Skull surveyed the land for the province, Samuel Dupuy was here. He purchased land in 1727 from the Mincy Indians, now site of Shawnee, an attractive village, 5 miles east of Stroudsburg, and the same property later from William Allen, 1733, for whom the oldest survey in the county was made. End of section 59.